you guys? Welcome to. Oh, fuck. I feel so awkward. Oh my god. Okay, welcome to Mekakucity Rewind. It's been a very long time, but I'm here with your boy Yooms
Hello.
for our DazeCon special, which is really just a really good time.
Oh yes, it's 8:15 finally, or it's going to be 8:15 in about 3 days, so when you're listening to this, hopefully. And that is the Kagerou Day.
It is. I can't help but wonder if, like, I should have, like, made DazeCon happen, like, before Kagerou Day, or, like...
Nah, I think making it on Kagerou Day is just fine. I don't know. It's hard to think that's already, like, 3 days from now, but,
Man, I remember when we just started planning out for it. It was just a fever dream, and now it's a fever reality.
You really were just like, hey, what if online Kagerou convention, and you made it happen. So, here we are now. Great work, by the way, Dani.
Aw, thanks. Thanks. I couldn't have done it without the squad, and by that I mean every friend I had that I begged into becoming a mod. And they all gracefully did. It wouldn't be possible without the mods, and the panelists, and the artists, and the attendees who just, like, who saw my ad and were like, you know what? Even if this flops, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm like, hell yeah. It's pretty great.
Aw, that's sweet. Alright.
Yeah.
So, hello to everyone who's listening. Thank you for listening, by the way.
Thank you.
And welcome to DazeCon and Mekakucity Rewind.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to record another episode because I enjoy recording them, and subsequently sometimes editing them when Poppy doesn't edit them, which is a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. What can I say?
Fighting, Dani. I really appreciate you and the hard work that you do.
Of course. It's what you gotta do. But yeah, okay, we out here, we ready. Canon versus Fanon, let's go. We got it. Whew.
Yeah, so the topic is Canon versus Fanon because it has come to our attention, or rather, over the course of running a Kagerou server for like 2 years now, we realize there's a lot of confusion about what is Canon and what is Fanon in Kagerou, and you know what? That's perfectly valid.
Yeah. And also, just so much of Kagerou, at least in the Western fandom, is spread through, like, word of mouth. So it's like, I get it. But at the same time, it must be really frustrating, especially for people like Yooms who have to, like, restate what is true over and over again, because people rediscover new things and old things, and sometimes those things just aren't true, but they're just so prevalent in the fandom that it's, yeah, Fanon, huh?
All
Pretty
the time.
wild.
You say that, but like, when I try to think of what is Fanon, like, my brain just, like, died. I was like, what is common Fanon in Kagerou? But I tried making a very small list of Canon versus Fanon that I will now be testing Dani on.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. But it's okay, let's go. Let's go.
It's good. It's good for all Kagerou fans here. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll hear something that you already know, you know? First question, or first, Canon versus Fanon. So you gotta say whether it's Canon or Fanon. This one's very easy.
Okay.
Number 1, Konoha is an android.
Fanon!
Yes! You know this very well, it's Fanon.
But, like, do I?
Okay.
I'm like, damn. Do I? Is Kagerou even, like, its actual name? I don't know.
Yes, it's called Kagerou Project, but actually, Jin actually wanted to name it Mekakucity, just Mekakucity, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to name the whole project like Mekakucity Actors, and by the time he really wanted to do that, it was already too well known as Kagerou Project, so he decided to name only the anime that.
That's really cool. I actually didn't know that.
Oh,
Wow.
well, here's a fact. That's has nothing to do with Canon or Fanon, but...
That's kinda epic, man. I'm sorry, Jin, but still easy enough for you to look up and discover more about it. It's like, ooh. As opposed to Mekakucity Actors. No offense, Jin.
I think it's just easier to say.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah.
Anyway,
Why
yeah.
is it like Fanon to think that Kono has an android just because of his design?
Yes. It was a very... Also, this was before the anime came out, it was a very widely associated Fanon, fact, so people thought that was canon, that he was an android, because we didn't know exactly what he was.
Yeah.
Another popular Fanon theory I've seen is that Konoha is Haruka, but with his memories erased, because Awakening Eyes erases memories. which, as we know now, is not true. So, shall you state what is the true nature of Konoha?
Oh yeah, for any confused souls out there. I take so much for granted what we already know that, like, I think about fans maybe like 5 years ago and what they had to put together. I think of that image from Always Sunny with Charlie and all the red threads and the papers on the wall, and I'm like, yeah.
That's me constantly. Does have to be 5 years ago.
Man, Kagerou lore, am I right? Hahaha. But I think that's also the fun of it. The fact that, like, you are one of the two people, along with Halls, who are constantly updating the wiki. And, sometimes I see a series that's done, and I'm like, oh man, this wiki hasn't been updated in a while, and because there's nothing new to add. But I guess the fun, and maybe the not so fun of Kagerou Pro is that we're always discovering new things, that as Jin releases more things, more of the puzzle pieces come together, and sometimes more of them end up disappearing because, yeah, it really do be like that. But I do enjoy the ride.
I do want to just sit down with Jin one day and interview him, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime, so... Especially seeing how we have a language barrier, but... At
the moment, yes, but someday will rise. I believe in you, Yooms.
Thank you. Okay, but to explain Konoha, I'll do it really quick. So, Haruka's number one wish was to have a strong body that he could make friends with. So when he entered the days, Azami went ahead and I think she literally gave him Awakening Eyes, which is notable because she doesn't do that with anyone else but Mary. But she tells him, like, here is your ideal body, and lo and behold, it's Konoha. And this was real in anime. Haruka took one look at that and he said, that ain't me. Azami was like, well, too bad. Now, because you rejected your body's just gonna go out to the real world without you.
And he's like, wait.
So, that's how Konoha appeared. Konoha is actually the Snake Awakening Eyes, possessing Haruka's body, because Haruka is not there with them. He's just a little baby snake.
He really is. He was literally just born. I mean, not just, you know what I mean.
He's like 2 years old.
He really is. Which is why, I don't know, I feel so weird when I see like Konoha and any suggestive thing, I'm like, that boy's 2, but okay.
He's mentally 2.
He really is, though. He's baby. Literally. He's literally, like, Hibiya has more mental and emotional maturity than him. Oh, he's like 10. Right. But yeah, thank you for clearing up the Haruka Konoha situation.
Oh, no problem. And now for more clearing. Ha ha ha. Statement number 2. The Snake of Clearing Eyes, aka Kuroha / Saeru, his power is to be able to cancel other snake powers.
That's Fanon, right? I mean, we don't really know the full extent of his powers. I know that's presumably one of his abilities, but I also know he has many more. So maybe should I say it's mixed, right? No.
I will say mixed is an answer for like one of these.
Oh, okay, but give me the verdict.
This is Fanon. Okay. Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take this L.
So this was actually stated in the wiki until just a few months ago, that Snake Clearing Eyes' power is to cancel everyone else's powers, and I caught it when I was editing the wiki, and I was like, this ain't right, because at this point the manga and the novels have both shown us that they can use their eye abilities, they can use their eye abilities against Saeru, when necessary, and that is actually usually how they manage to survive for at least a few more hours when he starts hunting them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They manage to buy time.
Cool.
Yeah, like in the manga specifically, Mary uses opening eyes, drawing eyes, and concealing eyes against him.
Man, we stand a multitasking queen. Love to see it.
Yeah, but it should be noted though that Awakening Eyes actually does have the power to make one's body immune to certain powers. So, for example, in the manga, Saeru, he was trapped by Concealing Eyes. Basically, all of his senses got shut down, so he couldn't do anything. So what he did was he used awakening eyes to rebuild his body. Like, it was described to be molecule by molecule.
Bruh.
And to make sure that every single part of his new body was immune to concealing eyes. That's just a thing you could do, apparently. So, with the awakening eyes only, though. It's a thing you could do with Konoha.
Man. Okay. Cool. Alright, awakening eyes, I see you.
Yeah, so what is Sayada's real power? Unfortunately, we do not exactly know. It seems like his ability really is to be just really smart.
He got that big brain.
Yes.
I get it.
And there's also the fact that he has been rebelling against his master Azami for quite a while now, so he has his own agenda, so to speak.
He really does.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, do you think off the top of your head you could list, his powers, like, that we know for sure? I feel like it's really vague in my head, though, like, it's all just muddled out, but maybe you have you have it clear in your head, yeah.
I could try. So, well, first, what Sayada can do physically? He can possess his owner's body starting at sunset, and, if the owner is human, that is. And, he'll stop possessing them once it's dawn, I believe. And he could do this without his owner's permission, without their knowledge, and he could do whatever he wants.
Epic!
And I know this isn't exactly a power, but it seems like he's just, like I said, very smart. He seems to understand economy and politics.
Yeah.
Because with an adult body, aka Kenjiro, he can do quite a bit. He can take over part of the city, apparently, with money and stock investments.
Bruh. Yeah. Okay. I remember that the first time I learned about that. I'm like, bro, with your teacher's salary? Okay.
He has the police on his side and everything. It's wild. That's where all those like random mooks come from in the anime. Like those like grayed out people that attack Kido and Momo and Hibiya. Yeah,
bro.
They're all just hired with money.
Mercenaries. My god. But yeah, cool.
And,
okay.
Yeah, it seems like his biggest, I wouldn't say power, but like what he does is he tries to fulfill the biggest wish of his owner. But again, because he has his own agenda, he does it in his own way. And he makes sure that his goal, aka killing the Dawn, is done before his master's goal is done.
Yeah, he's like a twisted genie, if even.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
And there's the fact that he can literally just hop out of his master's body and find a new one when he wants. I mean, Kenjiro, it's a one-time thing for that. He can't keep doing that. He can only do it once.
Yeah, pretty much.
But in the manga, he has been swapping around, and that is why, like, Sayuri can just do what he wants, because he never really fulfills his master's actual wish.
Man, such a slippery contract. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, he pretty much uses the wish to do whatever he wants, and like, man, I don't know. I just feel bad for Kenjiro. The more I think about it, the more it hurts.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. You know, I do think that Kenjiro had some idea what Sayada was doing, like just a little bit, but I don't think, definitely not the whole picture. Okay.
Do you think they ever had like a conversation at some point, maybe?
Oh, that would be so cool to see it. I would actually just love to hear that.
Dead and Seek, please. I'm begging. Dead and Seek is so good. Actually underrated. Slept on. Criminal.
Remember, fans, just because a Kagerou song doesn't have a PV doesn't mean that the song is not good.
True. Maybe one day we'll just go ahead and make one, because, Dead and Seek, it just hits. God.
Making PVs, though. That does not hit.
You're right. It hurts.
Okay, we should move on to fact number 3, though.
Alright.
Statement number 3. Okay. Statement number 3. Kido hits Kano so that he can be sincere, since pain cancels his power.
Like, that's his motive?
Yeah, is that her motive?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, I would say, I don't know, I don't know if she knows that for sure, so I'm gonna say, Fanon, I feel like she just does so more so out of a reflex than anything, because she also hit Ayano as a reflex in the manga, but that's just my onion there.
Okay, well, I had to reread all of novel 4 to get this fact, because I honest to god thought that was Fanon. And it is mixed Fanon.
Mixed!
Yes, this is the one that is kind of canon, kind of not. Because Kido does know that pain counts as his ability. She does know. It was their first meeting, actually, in the novels. He tried to cheer her up by transforming it first into Ayano and then his own mother, because that's the only two people he knew how to transform into. And then...
it's really sad.
And then,
sorry, I'm just thinking of...
Yeah, it is pretty sad. And
Damn,
then,
that's fucked up.
When his, I wouldn't say aunt, like landowner of the apartment that he used to live in, she was dropping him off at the orphanage where they met, and when she saw him as his mom, she freaked out and ran away. And he looked at Kido and said, "Can you please punch me in the face as hard as you can?" So that's how she learned. But I do say that it is kind of canon though, because Kido definitely has violent tendencies that she did not really work on, even as a teenager.
Yeah.
I think she got a bit better because as a kid she was very violent based on the novels. But there is one conversation though in the novels where they're trying to cheer each other up. It seems Kido and Kano, and she tells him like, "I will keep punching you for your sake."
Okay.
And I'm like,
not even a pinch. Like, okay.
I think honestly, like Kido, like most of her punches really do come from the fact that she's like really annoyed, and she doesn't know how to better express her annoyance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it seems like she has focused her punches on Kano, also to make him sincere.
Okay, so I can see how that's mixed, but damn, Kido, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be notable though that she did beat the crap out of Seto a lot when they were children. So at first it was not only Kano.
Yes. Everyone gets a delicious taste for sure.
Kido was a very sad child.
Oh, Kido.
Sad and angry.
She is, and I get it. She seems to, yeah, you're right. She seems to have chilled out as she's gotten older, but the tendency sure is still there, and I have to wonder how that'll transition in her adulthood when. Much to think about. Yes. I
really wish that she would stop hitting him as much, but.
Yeah.
It feels like it grew exponentially though, because like in the novels not so much manga, and then the anime is just like every scene they're together.
Honestly, bruh. I have to. So, does that mean Kano sometimes just can't stop his ability? Like, it's beyond his own control at times?
Well, that scene is when they're children, so, back then he really didn't know how to stop his ability, because that was like the second time he was using it ever.
Okay.
But in canon, he can stop his ability at will whenever he wants. The only time he wasn't able to was after impersonating Ayano after she died. He had
Understandable.
He had to impersonate her dead body, and then he skinned his knees, and he wasn't able to transform back.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
It's pretty horrible.
Man, I wonder what he did to eventually change himself back, or if it just it happened with time.
I think he just went to bed.
You know what? I can respect that. I can get
It's a pretty sad image to think about, though.
These kids, they do be traumatized, though.
Ooh,
oh man.
Winky.
Whew. Like, cool.
Okay, next statement is also Kano-centric, because I read his novel. Kano does not like roller coasters.
Oh god. Oh no, I don't. I'ma say this is canon.
Yes, it is, because it seems quite out of nowhere, right?
Yes.
I mean, he is seen writing it in the manga, but it turns out he doesn't like them at all.
But then why he do it? Just cause?
Probably because so that he wouldn't lose face, if I'm being very honest.
Aww, okay,
he has to look cool in front of the new members, so he's gonna go on the roller coaster and look like he's having a good time on it. I'm sure that he enjoyed Kido screaming her ass off too.
That's true, but do you think his... What? I guess nausea wouldn't be enough for his ability to go away, maybe, right? Like, if he had to throw up, do you think he could still save face?
I think he would, because the reason why he transfers, or he stops, his appearance changes back to his original when he gets hurt is because he needs to think about himself to turn back into himself. And unfortunately, the only identity he had for himself when he was little was pain.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't think nausea would count for that.
Damn. Okay, got him.
I know, isn't that messed up?
It is messed up.
It's very messed up. But yeah, but again in the novel, Kano said that he just doesn't like roller coasters. His mom put him on one. He almost threw up, and he never wanted to go on one again. He said. Little did he know, he already did by that point in the novels.
Well, you know, I'm just glad I guessed it right somehow. So thanks for helping me boost my score. Let's fucking go.
I mean, you've been having a pretty good score so far.
Thanks. I'm not keeping track for my own sake.
It's okay. I am actually going out of order, so I already lost track.
It's okay.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay, next statement.
I'm ready. Okay.
I'll just give... Actually, let's do this one. Opening Eyes makes Enne an immortal cyber being.
Opening Eyes makes Enne an immortal cyber being. Immortal as in she will live forever, right?
I mean, I'm just saying what the statement is.
Oh, okay. Immortal cyber being? Taking into account what happens in the manga, I must say... mixed? Well, you said that was the answer to only one of them, so maybe, I must say... Canon.
Aha, you are wrong. Oh, that was so emotional.
Okay, we gotta...
So much Gaoyo. No, don't delete it!
I'm editing this out.
No! I mean, there's a reason... I mean, that's the reason why I didn't define immortal to you.
It makes sense. It makes Okay, so she isn't an immortal cyber being. Okay.
No, because she is not immortal. The definition of immortal is to live forever and undecaying, as you said.
Oh, that's true. Her body do be decaying.
She can die. That's the thing.
Yes.
And not only that, but immortal doesn't necessarily mean like can't die. It means just live forever, and Enne cannot do that. You know, for all we know, she probably can die of old age when her body actually dies of old age.
Damn. Okay. You die IRL. You die in real. Oh yeah, when her phone was.
Yes.
Oh.
You can also crush a phone, and she'll die there.
Damn.
At least that's what's implied. It's never been stated outright, but it's heavily implied that's how she can die as a cyber being. But what was I saying? The reason why I made this statement though was because that was actually what her Wikipedia description of Opening Eyes said for a very long time. That Opening Eyes.
You were like,
yeah, I was like, nuh-uh, and made it so that
fact checker Yooms. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, just go with the immortal because it does not make her immortal. It does make her into a cyber being though, for sure.
Okay. But she's not going to live forever because her life is connected to her body, right? Yes. And if Kenjiro didn't take care of it and his super big test tube tank, she would probably died within days, maybe. Yeah,
from dehydration at the very least. In like a week.
And that would suck.
That would suck.
Man.
Dude, do you think that her skin is like super supple in that tank? Like,
probably.
She's just hydrated.
So.
Like, just having a good time.
Man. Maybe. Does that mean she had to be like fed through a tube and everything?
Probably.
I try not to think about it.
I mean, maybe through IVs, but the first meal she had when she got out was ramen, so good on you, Takara.
Really?
Oh yes. In the novels.
Was it instant ramen or was it at least good ramen?
I think it was good ramen.
Good. You know what? I understand. At least she treated herself. I'm proud of you, Takara.
Yes. Okay then.
Okay.
Next Canon versus Fanon. This is one that you do know. Shintaro wears a red jersey because Ayano said that he looks good in it.
Oh man, I remember when we were talking about this and we're like, but where is the source? Where is the sauce? God, I remember, like, I thought that was canon for so long because it's so Man, that's like probably one of the biggest Fanon facts of all time, because you thought it, I thought it, everyone thought it. Man,
I sure thought it.
Man, I have to wonder who put that in the wiki and why.
I don't know, but they really managed to bamboozle the entire fandom for years, so...
On God. But yeah, yes. Fanon, for sure, but only because I just so happened to be there when we were talking about this.
Yeah. Though, fans, if you do know any, real sources that prove us wrong, please provide them to us, because we are always open to finding what actually is canon and being told that we're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Fanon. Shania fans, I'm so sorry, but...
It's okay. We take the L every single day. It's fine.
You say that, but, I mean, out of all the canon pairings of Kagerou, I think y'all are doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like second to maybe Sotomori and maybe third to Harutaka.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Shania fans, stay losing. Let's go.
Alright. Another fact from fact versus Fanon versus canon from me is Momo's favorite drink is red bean soda.
That's Fanon.
I think so. Here's one that I am not too sure of, so if anyone knows better, please tell me.
Dang. I know that's the meme.
I know it's a meme. I think it was first Fanon, and then eventually it started creeping its way into canon. But I am not sure.
Influence.
Yeah. Because
Man.
I can't find a clear source that says that she likes drinking red bean soda outright, but it is canon she likes adding weird stuff to her food.
That is true.
And it is also canon that she does like red bean and soda. It's just not canon whether or not that's her favorite drink.
I see. Okay.
Because in the novel, she spends about 3 paragraphs describing how much she loves cola. Like, just soda. You guys think that Shintaro loves soda? So does Momo.
Man, the Kisaragi siblings single-handedly carrying the soda industry.
They really
love
are.
to see it. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, regarding the previous statement for Canon versus Fanon, why does Shintaro wear that red jersey? Is there ever an explicit reason?
No.
Epic!
Not that I know of.
It's for the aesthetic, and you know what? I can respect that. Shintaro, I feel that.
You know, what a really random fact though, in the, the headphone actor, summer festival where, Shintaro and Iono meet Haruka and Takane? In the novels and the manga, he was wearing his red jersey during that entire festival scene. But in the anime, he's wearing his school uniform.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I have no idea. You know, it's probably so that we wouldn't associate younger Shintaro with current Shintaro, because they have very different personalities.
That is true. And it does make sense visually, at least. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, with the whole red and black color scheming.
Lost Time Memory still gives me chills to this day.
Oh, definitely.
No cap.
Oh yeah, today, Toumei Yusufuyu actually posted a video of, a Lost Time Memory music box. It looked very official. Yeah, it was a music box that had, Shintaro and Iono from, the actual PV, all over it. And then it played Lost Time Memory music box, and I was like, huh. How do I get that?
I would love to see it.
I would love to own it.
More official than the Sam Our Time Record music box.
Sam Our Time Record.
That was a music box, right? I could have sworn it was a music box.
I see. No, I don't see.
It's okay. I just remember a picture of, I think it was a music box with, Haruka and this, light blue sky. Yeah, it was a music box and it said Sam Our Time Record. And bro, the cultural reset that was.
Oh,
You'd love to see it.
You know what? Sam Our Time Record.
It's so good. It's so good.
I look it up and one of them is from Jin's tweets. Oh, Jin tweeted.
Really?
Jin tweeted November 16th, 2013. Sam Our Time Record.
Jin, what do you mean? I need to know.
He was aware.
He knew. But yeah, I thought the music box was official merch, and then like, no. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta make your own food.
Damn.
I respect that.
I want that.
Okay, alright.
Those were actually all of my statements, but I think I got a new one for you.
Oh? Nani?
I mean, this actually can raise a debate instead of saying Canon or Fanon, but you know what? I'm just gonna say it anyway. Statement number 8.
I'm down. I'm excited. Oh!
Canon or Fanon? Azami is God.
Yes, canon.
That is canon. Azami is God, but like a really sad God who can't really do much. Actually,
yeah, she's God, but like restrained. God, but emo. We stand a goth God.
I like how everyone in the chat is going, "Azami's my God" now.
Because she is.
Azami
is my God.
You know, in the world, like in the Bible, it's like first there was only darkness and God, and then God said, "Let there be light." That's basically actually Azami's origin story.
For real though, she's just first there was nothing, and then there was Azami,
and then there was light.
For real though.
For real.
It's true. And then like I remember I really loved the end of the episodes in Mekakucity Actors where I think it was Ayano's voice reading the story of Azami and how it explained her backstory just bit by bit. I thought that was so cool. Yes. It was one of my favorite parts of the anime. And it did give us a better understanding of like just how lonely she was, I feel. Like I mean, we already have a good idea of how lonely she was, but like even more so in a more, I guess, almost mythological point of view. Or we could see it maybe from Ayaka's point of view, because it's so cool. And that's like, wait, is it true that that was something that Ayaka's town kinda knew about?
Her town?
The whole I vaguely remember hearing something about Ayaka's town, Ayaka's village, the story of Azami like kind of circulated around there, but I don't know if that's true or not, to be honest.
I do not recall ever hearing that, so...
you know, I probably dreamed it. I wouldn't be surprised.
But, you know, like, just because I don't know something doesn't mean that it's set in stone, because I forget stuff all the time, even with Kagerou.
Man, I don't know. Hard for me to believe. I feel like, you know, you remember so much, and I remember you would, like, tell me something 4 times, and I'm like, damn, really? Whack. That's pretty great.
I mean, when you got a hyperfixation, there's just one thing you gotta think about.
Yeah, me with I know. I understand. But dang, okay, are you ready to look into the questions provided to us by our generous audience who are super epic?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Starting with... These are pretty broad, so I hope you're ready for quite the discussion. Marina mentioned that we could cover misunderstandings about certain eye abilities. I know that you briefly covered
quite a few
Seiru's, but is there really? I feel like maybe Mary's eye ability or her as the queen also has some misunderstandings around it. But other than her, I feel like everyone else's eye powers are pretty straightforward.
What do you feel like is misunderstood about Mary's eye power? Combining eyes.
Combining eyes? She doesn't necessarily need all the snakes to do some wacky timeline stuff. She can reset it whenever she wants. But she doesn't need all the snakes to become Queen Mary, right? Or does she? And I'm just tripping.
She does need a certain number of snakes to turn back time. That is true. And she doesn't need all of them though. And I believe when she gets all of them, that's when she'll be a full Medusa, which never has happened in the series.
Ooh, potential future happenings?
I mean, it'll likely happen once the Dan just all dies of old age. If I'm being very honest.
Oh man. Do you think Mary would reset the timeline even if they do beat Seiru and have a happy ending, given that everyone is going to die before Mary does, likely. Yes.
So, ultimately, as a writer, I say that Jin should definitely not make her do that. It's a very bad message to give your readers.
Right?
That, don't accept your friends' deaths, like natural deaths. And
right?
It's like also a very heavy message for teenagers. So I don't think he's actually ever going to get into that.
Understandable.
Unless one day Jin's like, oh, the Kagerou fandom's like 80 years old now. They probably need a nice message about death. I don't know. But, yeah.
But from a character point of view, what would you think?
I can definitely see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely. Unless she has, 100 children and grandchildren to play around with. Maybe that will be the connection that stops her from turning back time, because otherwise her relatives, her descendants, will not live.
That is true, and I think you're right. This is the one time the Boruto effect has a toxic. Finally, future generations aren't just a cop-out. There's a good reason for it. It all makes sense.
Yeah, because another thing about the Medusa is that they also really show a mother's love. So I think if Mary had children, she would love them a lot.
You know what? You're heckin' right. You're right. I can see that. Okay. I was always wondering, what would hold Mary back from doing the old reset, but this makes sense. Cool. Alright, on to the next question. Let's see. Fandom, Philly, and gaps that Canon created. I don't know about that one, because I feel like if we talked about Fanon making up for Canon, we'd be here for a very, very long time, because that's kind of, I feel like, what the Western fandom's been doing since forever. We're just trying to figure things out from our very limited point of view, and not everyone's all caught up on every form of media, so fandom's doing its best. Yep. That's all I'll say. Fandom's just trying. I
feel like a lot of my debates with other people and the server are just like, what about this? Oh, you're right. And then we all just think about it.
We never actually go anywhere. We're like, oh, yeah.
There's no way to prove it, so whatever. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Halls asked a good question. I'll just read it word for word. This question relates more to canon, but what do you think about the canonicity of the anthologies, along with the Watchers novels and Mekakucity talkers? Should they be considered canon, or just officially released fan content?
Well, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think they should just be seen as officially released fan content, especially with the anthologies. The Watchers novels and Mekakucity talkers, I haven't really paid much attention to, if I'm being very honest. And I think that is, well, for one part, it's just lack of translations, but also, two, is I don't really see them as canon. But that is my personal opinion.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can.
Marina pointed out that talkers show situations that aren't possible in canon, such as Konoha, talking with Ayano and Hiyori.
Yeah, makes sense.
Does this mean that Karuka just isn't there, by the way? Is my question.
Rest in peace.
Rip and Pip. He's just like, they got everyone out of the days except for me. I'm just here in the days. Everyone's learning English without me.
That's so sad. Oh my god. Man, it makes me so sad that not everyone can win, I guess. We can't have Haruka and Konoha, because it'd be like that. And, man, I'm just saying.
I know. Damn. You're always sad about Konoha.
I am! Konoha living in my head, rent-free.
But, yeah, about the anthologies, I specifically do not see those as canon at all, because, well, first off, they are just a bunch of fan artists drawing comics. Official
fanzines, let's go!
But one example that I'm thinking of is the Bitter anthologies. The Bitter anthology, there was a lot of darker comics in that one, and one of them was Seto. This is it was so wild just reading this because it was so out of character. Seto lost his job, right? So he goes to Mary and he's like, oh, I'm so sad, I lost my job. And Mary's like, oh, it's okay, Seto, we could just restart everything. And
Oh my god.
Konoha is in the same room as them, and Konoha just turns into Kuroha, shoots Seto in the chest, and walks away.
Bruh.
And Mary starts turning into the queen, and she's just humming and being all happy, and Seto's just dying, like, on her lap, like, what the hell? And I was like, what the hell?
What?
You know, going,
Man.
like, besides the fact that it's, like, completely out of character, there's also the fact that that's just not possible.
I vaguely remember that, and I remember laughing and being like, ha ha ha, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it's really
The
just
anthologies are fun.
fan artists just having fun, yeah.
You know, I can respect that. Hell yeah. Okay, another question asked by Halls is, do you think that the Kagerou Wiki had a significant role in spreading around Fanon? To which I personally say, hell yeah.
I personally say, hell yes!
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I spent quite a bit of time rewriting the snakes and their eye abilities on Wikipedia, because I realized that that a lot of people were picking up wrong facts from there.
Yeah, but that's why you and Halls, man, working at it, I respect you guys so much.
Thank you.
You're really picking up the slack of whoever was there before, though I do respect them.
You say that.
You gotta start somewhere.
You say that, but I haven't edited the wiki in several weeks, so thank you, Holes, for editing the wiki so
Halls will
often.
die for you. No cap. Halls single-handedly carrying the Kagerou fan wiki.
Yeah,
And,
I would say for about any fandom, though, the Wikipedia has, like, a pretty huge influence. So, it is a shame that the Kagerou wiki was not edited as much before, or even now it's not being as heavily updated as other series, I would say. Just because, like, I check out fandom wikis quite a lot, even for, like, series that I'm not into, and
me too.
almost all of them are edited, like, within the day. And that's also true for Kagerou wiki, but I know that Holes is mainly editing the images, which, you know, that's totally fine. Thank you so much, Holes.
Halls, I would die for you. No cap. No cap.
Yeah. But I know that the Kagerou wiki for a while was not really edited before Holes joined the team. So,
Halls,
a lot of
we love
outdated
you.
facts in there that
Yeah.
I'm trying to weed through.
I personally tried to help with the wiki, but I realized there's literally nothing I can actually do. Because it's really, like Hall said, it's a lot of, trivia, and then trying to find sources for that trivia. And personally, I don't really have everything. The most I would probably do is end up spreading more fanon than anything. So, you know what? I'll take this L. You guys are epic. Yeah. Another question that Halls has as well is there a piece of fanon that you thought was actually canon? And do you have fanon that you are really fond of?
As we both discussed before, we both thought that the Shintaro jersey,
Shinto's joke.
the Shintaro jersey fact was canon.
Man, Shania, the influence, too powerful, kind of scary.
I am deeply ashamed that I never questioned it.
Man. But, is there any fanon that you were fond of that? Because personally, I was really fond of that. I was like, "Aw, that's so sweet." Aw, no, it was all lies.
I personally cannot think of a fanon that I am fond of, just because usually when I find out something's fanon, I immediately just dunk it.
Disregard.
Yeah, I just stop thinking about it. I'm like, whatever. I really appreciate the world building in Kagerou, even if it's messy. So I try to stick with the facts I say, as I don't even know what is fact and fiction and not anymore. I swear to God.
I get that.
I'm trying to think, like, what is a fanon? I don't know, but I really do like my first theory for Kagerou.
Spill it.
This was before Lost Time Memory came out, before even Yobonashi to See You came out, so, like, this was before we knew anything.
Vintage.
And basically the most popular songs in Kagerou were Kagerou Days and Headphone Nectar. People thought that Kagerou was about a dystopia.
You know, with Headphone Actor, I get it.
Yeah, especially because of Headphone Nectar. They thought that people were being taken to experimental facilities and being experimented on with time loops. Yeah, that's
Honestly,
what I
would've been
thought.
really cool.
Yeah. Boy, would we be so wrong, though.
Oh man, it'd make for a really cool AU, but yeah, I get that. Lunan asked, actually, like, are there any parts of Fanon that you consider more valid/logical than their canon counterparts? Explanation for certain things, character dynamics, that were barely, if at all, touched on in canon, but are more developed in wider fanworks, perhaps even aspects of certain characters themselves. Do you mind if I personally go ham on this one?
Oh, go right ahead.
So, Route 2 in the manga. Haha. Am I right? So there's a lot of really cool things that I found between Mary and Ayano's dynamic that are more of a labor of love by fans than that's actually covered in the manga. I feel like a lot of how do you describe it? There's so many parallels between them that I don't think were made intentionally by the manga. The fact that a lot of people compared, like, say, Ayano dying to save everyone versus Ayano willing to kill Mary to save everyone, the trolley problem, it's just really cool, and I feel like a lot of fans really fleshed out the relationship between Mary and Ayano, but that was mainly fans, not the actual content, if that makes sense. And I'm just thinking about did you watch that Annika's music video, that fan-made music video about Route 2, Ayano and Mary? Cause ooh, it was angsty, it was spicy, and it was really good. It really illustrated their.
I remember seeing it quite a while ago.
And then there's me trying to flesh out the one scene between Konoha and Ayano from the manga, because they were fucking roommates at some point, and it's never covered again, and I'll forever be bitter about it. But yeah, that's just my onion.
Yeah, now that you mention it, though, there's a lot, especially in the Japanese fandom, there's a lot of art between Mary and Ayano, and
So good.
it's clearly drawn in a way that it's Route 2 Ayano, because she's actually the only one that has a relationship with Mary to begin with. Yeah, it's very cool. They're always so angsty from when I see them.
Yeah, it's so good. They're just they're fucking sisters. And I think about Yaki and Queen Mary reuniting all the time, and I think about it. I'm like, damn, that shit emotional. The fandom really carrying their relationship. It makes me smile, and I wish the manga really explored more of that. But I understand they have a story to tell, and you know what? I'm not here to hinder that. I get it.
Yeah, the manga was truly them speedrunning.
It really was
Speedrunning character development because they were being hunted, like literally hunted at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually need to read up on how they get along. What is it? How they make
vibe.
up? Yes.
Yeah, from what I vaguely remember, Mary was like, "It's cool," and Ayano's like, "Really?"
Thanks.
I do think that despite everything, Mary still sees Ayano in a sort of in a warm light, seeing her as an older sister. Though I don't quite understand why. Maybe it's just because she was like the only older sister figure she had besides Kido. But I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know.
But I
guess she was like the second person she ever met.
That is true. And I remember like how in the first scenes with a younger Ayano, she would listen in on like her parents' conversations about the Medusa. They illustrated Mary as all creepy, sneaking up from behind. I was like, ooh, that was spicy. I feel like, man, hopefully if there is future content about them, maybe they'll explore that further, because I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I would like to see it.
I'd love to see it. But yeah. Is there any Fanon developments between characters that you really like more than what's actually covered in canon?
I wouldn't exactly say that this isn't covered in canon, but I do really like the relationship between Hibiya and the Kisaragi siblings.
Yeah.
I believe I like to see them as like they just adopt Hibiya as like a little bro. They're like, "Yep, you're a little brother now. Screw it."
He's an honorary Kisaragi sibling.
I feel like Fanon definitely goes into this more, especially for fans that like this dynamic. But Canon does not really, gloss on it, I would say. Canon actually does show that these three characters do have, a pretty good relationship with each other. Especially in the novels, I would say. In the novels, Hibiya, he totally changes his opinion on Moe. He basically weeps when he realizes that she's gonna die. And Shintaro himself, in the days even, or actually right before he enters the days, so right before he dies, he gives Hibiya specific instructions on how to use his eye power to try to contact everyone in the days. And I believe what was told to Hibiya was you remind me a lot about me. Shintaro saw that Hibiya was very similar to him. And in the anime too, Shintaro was very brotherly towards Hibiya.
And you love to see it.
I love to see it. I feel like it's it's a lot more shown than tell. I feel like with these
I get that.
Yeah, that's another thing though.
So
you gotta read between the lines.
Yeah, the subtext. Delicious. We feasting. I'm looking at Kagescan, one of the admins of the French Kagerou Pro fandom. I'm reading their questions. Accidental question, out of subject. The spellings of Mary. I understand. I personally am a fan of M-A-R-I-E just because I think it's the cutest one. But apparently that's how the Chinese fandom tends to spell it. So you know what? Chinese fans stay winning. That's what I say.
I mean, that's how the novels spell it too.
Let's fucking go!
I do M-A-R-R-Y, like getting married. Because that's how the Wikipedia does it, and, if I'm gonna write for the Wikipedia, I have to be consistent, or else I'm gonna lose my mind.
I understand. And, so, they also asked, something that's not really answered officially is, for the longest time we always thought two people had to die at the same time, right, in order to enter the days. But as shown by the suicide of Shintaro and Ayano in some timelines, it's possible to go in alone. Why is there usually two people involved? Was it just a red herring, you think?
That actually might be a pretty good reason, a red herring.
Yeah, or do you think Jin originally planned on having two people die and then he was like, actually, no.
That's a great question. I think he definitely did want two people to die, to get into the days, initially, but clearly with Ayano's situation, that's not necessary.
Though you could say that, two people just had to die at the same time. They didn't have to be together, right?
They have to be together to enter the same days.
Dang. Never mind. I take it back.
To explain that, though, Haruka and Takune, they died on the same day. But because they died on separate locations, and technically separate times, they end up in different days.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's also explained, though. Takune and Haruka are also examples that you don't need two people to join the same days.
Yeah. I always thought, because they all died at the same time, the Haze was like, okay, stop, let's fucking go. But you're right. They were at different times, different places. Shintaro lost 100% of his squad. This is so sad.
It does seem like, though, that two people joining the day at the same time is the best situation for one of them getting out with the snake. There, of course, to get a snake, you actually have to have a wish that a snake can fulfill. That's the number one requirement to get a snake in the days. So, but I was thinking maybe there's something about sacrifice, that can help with getting a snake out. This is just me theorizing. And it started with Shion's sacrifice for Mary in the days, because at first, when Shion and Mary entered the days, Azami wanted Shion to get out. She was going to give Shion the queen snake, and Shion rejected the queen snake and told her to give it to Mary instead. So maybe the sacrifice also plays out in the other days. We know for sure that Kido, she only got out because her sister told her how to get out. And that's... Yeah, that's TM. I'm sorry, my cat is meowing. TM!
It's okay, she's a cutie!
I'm talking!
I heard her meow, and I was like, I love you, TM.
Yes, she's being a baby.
Oh, and the whole thing with Hibiya and Hiyori,
oh, yeah.
and the fact that they were in the haze for so long because they kept trying to save each other. Meanwhile, Konoha's like, Oh my god.
Konoha's just there. That's the thing.
Konoha!
Yeah, Konoha's just there. You know, I always do wonder why Konoha's just there, and I don't think that'll ever be proven. Despite the fact that it's emphasized quite often.
Man, he just wants to save them both, but he can't do anything, and he's just forced to. The reason why he's there is because I guess, was he swallowed? I mean,
in the anime, he was definitely swallowed with them, and in the manga, actually no, in the manga it doesn't matter because they don't appear. In the timeline, and then in the novels, Hibiya told Konoha like you were there watching the whole time, so he was also there in the novels.
And they knew. I guess he knew to a certain extent that Konoha was watching.
Yeah, apparently he does.
Whack.
There's just a lot of stuff that aren't answered.
Man. Okay, let's see. Do you think there are eye powers that have yet to be revealed?
That would be wild. Especially seeing how, Clearing Eyes, like, made it so that his plan will be finished at 8:15 of whatever year the series takes place in. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Sayada's goal, like, even though he wasn't planning to fulfill it, he was trying to get all the snakes out into the real world. And the reason why he doesn't kill everyone earlier is because he wants Hibiya to get out, specifically. He wants Focusing Eyes.
Right.
Yeah, it's only after Hibiya gets Focusing Eyes does Sayada start his plan to kill everyone. Like, as seen in the manga, he kills everyone, like, literally right after Hibiya gets out of the wreck. Like, he doesn't even wait, he's just like, yep, let's go. And that's to get Mary enough eye powers, or enough snakes to turn back time.
Right.
So if there were more eye abilities that we don't know about, that are still in the days, it wouldn't make sense for him to have such a solid plan on this specific date, in my opinion. Especially since he spent, like, several years trying to, like, get the snakes out.
I gotcha. I guess it would have to be one that Mary makes out of, I guess, desperation. A sort of, last-second attempt to do something? I don't know.
Maybe.
It'd have to be... Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think she can make new snakes without, like, body. Or, like, another snake to make it off of, as with Yaki.
Makes sense.
Just because she's not... Or maybe she can once she's a full Medusa, but again, that would require all the snakes getting out, and her absorbing
That hasn't happened.
Nope.
Cool. I hope we'll see that sometime in the future. Full Medusa Mary sounds really cool. If tragic. I mean, very tragic, but tragic. It would be cool.
It would be cool.
They also asked a question about In a Daze the movie, which I personally haven't seen yet. Ahaha, whoops. Have you seen it?
I watched it raw, so I barely retained anything.
Well, let's see if we can answer this. So spoiler alert for In a Daze, turn your ears off if you don't want to get spoiled for it. What happens when the bomb explodes at the end of the movie? Was Seru the terrorist with the red eyes?
I believe it was implied that Sayada is indeed the terrorist.
Epic.
He body hopped out of Kenjiro early, so Kenjiro's fucking dead at that point. And what happens when the bomb goes off? Everyone dies. That's simply the answer. You see, for some reason, I guess then again, Hibiya did not have Focusing Eyes by then, so I guess that totally just wipes away what I just said.
It's just a casualty, damn.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess Mary technically doesn't need all of them. She doesn't need Focusing Eyes to return back time. But
damn.
Yeah, everyone died. That's what's insinuated at the end of the movie.
Having never seen it, I'm excited to see it. Oh boy, let's go. Let's see. And Marina said, was the movie left vague because they intended to have more movies to continue the storyline?
I don't know.
I personally don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we out here not knowing.
I would love to see it, but I don't know how it would work, honestly.
Given that they all have been
razed to the ground.
Died.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe some of them woke up. I could see Konoha surviving it at the very least, but
Oh, Konoha.
Seeing how Konoha actually is invincible.
Immortal, one might say?
No, there's a difference.
Aw, man. Just really tough. Okay, I'll take that.
He's very tough. So tough that he can die and get better.
Hattie asked, does In a Days count as an OVA or a movie? I would say it's an OVA, right? Like, OVAs tend to be that length, 20 to 30, 40 minutes.
Oh shit, wait, how long is it?
It's like 30 minutes, right?
Oh shoot, it was advertised as a movie for so long though.
Yeah, it was, but like, it's a pretty, I guess it's a short film? Yeah, it's 23 minutes.
Oh, well I guess that counts more as an OVA then, but I guess the reason it was advertised as a movie was because it's actually shown in movie theaters when it came out.
Dang, feature OVA, okay.
It was a 4D movie.
A 4D movie.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So when the bomb exploded, maybe everyone, like, maybe partially died inside?
Oh shit, you're right. Everyone just felt it in their souls.
And we just died. You know what? 5D movie. I'm down with it.
5D movie, you just actually die. I'm down for it.
L. Okay, Lunan asked, do you think some things are more canon than others, or do you accept everything as is?
That's a very wide question.
It really is. I would say we try to accept everything as is, but there are some things that are just more explored by canon than other things, like the whole Kisaragi siblings show not tell. It's not glossed over. They actually take the time to show their relationship and how it builds up. Meanwhile, other things we kind of just take as canon because it is, like Ayana's crush on Shintaro despite there not being any reason behind it, but you know, that's just how it is, I guess.
I think stuff that's considered more canon than the others is stuff that is very explicitly stated. Like Takuna having a crush on Haruka, very canon. She straight up says it. She straight up says that she loves him. But
yeah.
can you
there's even a whole song about it.
But can you say the same for Seto and Mary? You can argue that they're just very good friends.
That's true.
You can. So
you really could.
Yeah.
They're just fucking best friends.
That's the thing about analyzing. There's some stuff that you gotta read between the lines, some stuff that you just gotta take at face value.
Subtext. Mwah.
So there definitely are things that are more canon than others. But
that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to know what I know, whatever that is.
Yeah, I get that. Cool. Yalan asked, do you think there will ever be more descriptions on past events in the series, like who Mary's father is, or why Ayaka left her parents in the light novels?
I would love to see it.
I hope so. I can dream. Maybe there'll be even songs that might flesh it out. Who knows? But personally, I'm not sure if there will be though. I feel like Jin's moving forward rather than backwards and what he has in mind for the series. So I'm not sure. I don't really think he's going to go and explore those things that he hasn't really mentioned already, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I know that he used to like reveal some stuff through guidebooks sometimes. I wouldn't mind seeing that, honestly. Yeah, just some exposition via guidebooks, but like Danny said, it seems like he's moving forward, not backwards. He's working on other projects besides Kagerou Pro. So,
true.
I don't see it happening. It would be nice. It would be very nice.
It would be. I would gladly take it.
But I don't blame him.
But yeah. yeah. And Hattie asked, in between what routes would In a Days take place in?
Honestly, any route after manga route 2 and any route before the anime route, it could be literally any of those.
Epic. Cool.
I said route and route, didn't I? Whatever.
It's okay, they both work. If anyone says garage instead of garage.
Garage? I didn't even know what word you were saying at first.
I know, some people say garage instead of garage, and you know, I respect you. I understand. Do you say button or button?
I do not understand you. I do not respect you. Danny and I are not the same.
It's true. I do not accept you. Give me $200. But yeah, that's all the questions that we have. So, cool. Thank you for helping me answer them, and by that I mean thank you for answering them while I react accordingly. It was epic.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun.
It was fun. It's been a while since we recorded an ep, so this brought me back, and I had a good time. So thank you for joining me, Yooms. I know that I had to postpone the recording for a couple of days, so I appreciate your patience.
Oh, it's totally
it was very fun.
I postponed recording too, so it's totally good. Thank you, Dani, for being such a strong pillar in this fandom right now, as we need it.
Aw, that's okay. I couldn't have done it without cool folks like you, and I'm very thankful that I got to meet such great fans like Halls and Yooms and everyone in the server, because it really helped me appreciate Kagerou more than I already did, and I wouldn't know nearly as much as I do now without them, so it's pretty great. Thank you guys for also tuning in. I didn't announce this episode because I totally forgot to, but I appreciate you guys listening in anyways.
Yes, thank you. All you live listeners.
Yeah!
There's so many of you.
They really snuck in.
Yeah.
They really snuck in. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you guys are listening in early, but this episode will be premiered on the 15th.
For DazeCon. How exciting. And it'll be edited by me, so whew. Let's pray, guys. Let's pray for the best.
Good
Let's
luck,
go.
Dani.
It's been so long since I've edited anything, but it's okay. I'm gonna dust off the old editing
program
books. I can't talk.
We talked for an hour. It's been a long time.
It's gonna be great. So thanks, Yooms. Thanks, listeners. And
thank everyone.
To the people listening to this at DazeCon, thank you for attending and making this happen.
We love you.
Mwah. Love you big time.